What's up, everybody? MrGuideKing here, bringing you another episode of Final Fantasy 13-2 walkthrough. And this one, we're going to be fighting another boss battle in Yasha's Massive 10AF. And this boss battle is not that bad. It's aloeidai, which I believe I'm pronouncing it right. But total, this guy has 52,990 HP, and it's going to be basically like our Gormagog fragments and our Atlas fragments. We're going to be starting with a pretty basic paradigms, like the last time: Relentless Assault, Mystic Tower, Consolidation, and Tri-Disaster. Pretty much all going to be our basic, easy to use paradigms, and we're going to be using them a lot more, so get used to them if you are following my guide. But after this loads up, we're going to get through and start the boss battle. Alrighty then. Well, this boss is the first boss we fight that actually does do status inhibitors, and he casts Deprotect and Defaith. Both these make you more susceptible to physical attacks and magic attacks. So what you're going to be wanting to do is, if you don't have a synergist to counteract these, don't worry about it yet. You're going to want to get a lot of remedies from Chocolina. She's right next door. Literally right before the boss fight, and you're going to want to make sure your characters are as bad as maxed as they can be. So the status inhalements can be counteracted easily with the remedy. He only casts them one at a time, so if you stock about 12 remedies, about 250 each, you should be quite alright against this opponent. He does do some physical damage with his swipe attack, and he does cast the impenetrable barrier, or I believe it's forgot what it was called. Forgot what his barrier is called, but it's pretty much like the first Gogmagog you fought in New Bodum. He's going to be casting that barrier, and he has a new move called Land Slasher, and that move does some pretty serious physical damage. So when he does do that, you're going to be able to get prompted, and it's going to say Land Slasher, and it's going to take him a few seconds, so you're going to want to switch into your Mystic Tower, not your Mystic Tower, but your Consolidation Paradigm to get ready to heal and absorb the damage. Pretty much when he does status inhibit you with his Defaith and Deprotect, you're going to want to just use your remedies on Sarah and Noel and your monster. Monsters last, of course, but Sarah and Noel being the two primary ones are going to receive it first. But right away the battle gets started quickly, and Noel goes ahead and jumps in and volunteers you guys to fight. So I'm starting off in my Delta Attack X just to get his chain gauge going. And then when I have it going with the commandos, I'm going to switch into Tri-Disaster, and it's going to quickly be able to stagger him. I believe he has 150% stagger rate, so that's not that bad. So we're about to stagger him for the first time right now, and if you want to, you can actually kind of build up the chain gauge. Now when he is staggered, go ahead and switch back into Delta Attack for your Sentinel to draw his attention, and your character is going to be able to weave off some heavy points here, ranging from 2 to 600 per. Now if you want to, you can also use your monster's Feral Link abilities. Those are really helpful. As you can see, my Pulse Work Knight did about 900 twice, so about 1800 damage. You're going to want to make sure also that your characters are within their normal health means, being about 40% or higher. The only thing that is a problem is when he does do that Land Slasher attack. It is very powerful, especially for a low level party. So I used a quick couple potions right there instead of taking the time to heal, and it allows me to keep hitting him when his chain bonus is still up. And you can see I did over 1,000 damage on a few of them. So there it is, this casualty barrier. Same thing as the first fight. Just go ahead and stagger him again, and the barrier will come down. And that's his Land Slasher. So I immediately switch into Consolidation, so it doesn't do that much damage. Overall, a pretty easy fight. This is the first boss fight, though, where he actually has a significant amount of health. 52,000 it's kind of a lot. It's not that bad. So just going to be working on staggering him again. I switch from Delta Attack into Tri-Disaster. Just get busy swiping away at his stagger gauge now. And then of course use your Ravager's multicast to stagger him quicker. It's going to be able to, you know, do I think about 10 or 15%. Now he actually almost gets me there. Usually a Fairlink ability disrupts the opponent's movement, but on that one he actually got his land slasher attack in, and it actually almost cost me the fight. So be careful for that as well. Now if your party's in the right area, you should be able to finish this in 2 staggers. You don't want to push it more than 2. That means that your party's not ready to advance in the storyline if you can't beat this guy in under 2 staggers. Alright, just heal up real quick, and then we're going to be going into our, back into our relentless assault. And he's almost there. You can see his health is dwindling there. I believe we get through it on this upcoming series of turns. You can see the swipe is coming, but I choose to ignore it, knowing that I have high enough HP to deal with it. And then Sarah and Noel quickly finish them off. So that was our first of our tougher boss battles. You can see I got 5 stars on it. No rare drops, but it was a challenging boss battle for the beginning of the game. It was our kind of first real test to see if our party was ready to conquer such a powerful foe. But it shows that, you know, we are ready and we can progress into the storyline. We did beat him in under 2 staggers, which is nice. So we don't have to do really any hard side training or CP farming.
When monsters like these are cornered, they cause a space-time vortex.
Now, after the fight in the cutscene, you're going to be introduced to Hope Esline. He is the Academy Research founder, and it's actually an old friend of Sarah from Final Fantasy 13, but he is a little bit older.
Who's this?
Oh,
Director of Academy Research, Team Alpha. Hope Esline at your service. And you must be Noel.
Nice guess. Who told you?
You appeared here with Sarah some years ago.
Alright, well, after the cutscene, all you have to do is pretty much follow him. It's really easy, not too much. You just basically do a lot of walking around, and overall pretty easy. I do stop when I do gain control, and I'm allowed to save the game. So that was our first real true tough fight with a boss. So congratulations for beating him if you did. If not, go ahead and do some side training and some CP farming, and you should be okay. But see you guys in episode 13. This has been MrGuideKing. See you later.
Point of view, it's been years since you last saw Sarah.
Not just Sarah, Snow as well. And Saz and his boy. You all disappeared from my life. It's been 10 years now.
I never thought...
When the paradox occurred some years ago, I thought if I could solve it, maybe you would all come back.
Director, help! There you are! What were you thinking? Taking off and leaving me all on my own? It was a shock seeing Hope grown older than me, but he was still the same Hope I knew. Lightning, Hope listened to my story without saying a word. I told him about how I'm the only one who remembers your smile on the plane of Grand Pulse. I told him about how Snow set out to try and save you and Vanille and Fang. And I told him about Noel. Noel from the future.
There's something I want to show you both. We can continue our conversation as we walk.
I'll show the way.
Shall we?
Tell me, Hope. What made you join the Academy?
A sense of duty. Vanille, Fang, Lightning. They turned to Crystal so that we might live. It was an enormous sacrifice.
My sister and the others. I think they wanted to preserve life. They gave us a chance to live again.
Guests of yours, Director?
Thank you.
Isn't the Academy a research institute? Why do you need so many soldiers?
Without the fal'Cie around, we have to be able to protect ourselves. And that means guns.
The time distortions spawn hostile creatures. Until we can resolve the paradox, we need military force to repel threats. These armed patrols are essential for our safety.